Star Fox is a pretty good game, and Star Fox 2 is also pretty good. I think they are both good games in their own way, and I would recommend them. So today, I'm going to be talking about them. First of all, let's start off with Star Fox. It's a 3D shooter where you shoot polygonal enemies with your polygonal pals, and it's a good game. I recommend it. You should play it in any shape or form. Emulator, say SNES Classic, get Nintendo Switch Online, which you already probably have because, you probably want to play Smash Bros with your friends and pals and gals, and you can just get a nice little thing where you can play SNES games with it. It's a good deal. I personally like it. Well, I like the gameplay, but what about the graphics? The thing you look at with your eyes. I don't like them. I don't. I'm not a fan of the Super FX graphics. They are very polygonal. Yes, I get it was 1991, I think, but I still don't like it. I know it is the one that pioneered 3D graphics, according to Next Gen magazine, but I don't like it. The polygons just suck. I hate looking at them. They just look bad, yucky. 0 out of 10. Get out of my face. But playing the game for a bit, you try and just get used to it. So yeah. I mean, the pop-up is bad, but it would usually give you enough time to recognize what you're approaching. Things would pop up, and then your R-Wing would already be like, woo! You already have enough time to recognize it. I mean, the soundtrack is fine. It's pretty catchy. I like it. It's good. The gameplay is great. I like how you have your teammates and they actually help you. And I just think it's a good game. All in all, I like that they help you and you have to help them sometimes. They'll just fly in front of you with a guy catching them or with an enemy, and you just shoot them and they're fine. They're good. I mean, if you could really describe this game, it's quick. It's like an arcade game. You have a high score, a set amount of lives, pretty easy to get through, like that. And it's gonna be like that for Star Fox 2. I was about to say Star Trek. I don't really have an issue with the kind of gameplay it shows. Also, I like how it is quick and simple. I also like that there are multiple types of controllers or controls, just in case you don't like one set of controls. I think that's really it for Star Fox. And now for Star Fox 2. Alright, before we get to Star Fox 2, like the gameplay and everything, I just want to talk about the history. So, when the jump to 3D, the SNES to the Nintendo 64, when that was happening, there was already a game, a direct sequel to Star Fox, in the works for Nintendo. But the 3D jump was fast approaching, so they had to cancel it and just start working on Star Fox 64 for, guess what, the Nintendo 64. Years passed, and there was some sneaky pirates decided to get the unfinished ROM of the game, and surprise, surprise, it was a buggy mess. And basically, when the SNES Classic was being developed, the person in charge of it was decided to put the game on the SNES Classic, Then the rest just became history. And then it went to SNES emulator thing, and that's how I got the opportunity to play it. This history was ungodly paraphrased. I mean, don't ever use this as like a type of history thing or whatever. Just don't. It's not accurate. But it is a fun wiki search. So now let's just talk about the gameplay. Instead of being like levels, you get into this little like HUD, this world, and you get to interact with all of the planets that are in it. You would go from here, you would start at Corneria, and Andros is like, mwahaha, I'm going to game end Corneria. And what you're supposed to do is stop him. But the UI, there's like fighters and missiles that are going after your planet. And there's this little Corneria damage percentage. If it goes to 100, the game is over. Corneria is fallen. And that is it. But, usually there would be a missile or a fighter or two in its way in the UI already, the world. And it's supposed to be a semi-real-time strategy game. Real-time is when enemies just keep going no matter what happens. They just keep on rolling. They just keep on advancing no matter what happens. In this game, it's kind of like that, but it's only when you move. If you stand completely still, the enemies do not move at all. It's like Super Hot. Time moves when you do. Yeah. And it's pretty cool. You would go to different planets. You would maybe just fly into a missile. Not like kamikaze it, but you know. Then you would have a little, and it's like the gameplay of Star Fox, the regular one, where it's like a 3D shooter. Oh my god, it's so hot in this. Hold up. So when you're going against a missile, a fighter, Star Wolf, by the way, this is the game that actually introduces Star Wolf, like Wolf, Ligma, Leon, some weird mouse thing. I don't know. And yeah. And usually when you go against an enemy fighter or whatever, it would go like take you into a open map. Then the enemies would be there, and you would just have to like shoot them down. You know, not that hard. And that's really it. Sometimes it gets a little too much out there, so a little satellite from Corneria, next to Corneria, shoots down maybe some of them. It shoots down like one of them, and it's only one shot, and it takes time to load. So basically, you're kind of on your own. That's just for missiles and fighters, but now we have carriers and bases. In carriers, you would go while you're flying to the carrier. There'd be like little enemies that you can just shoot down. They're basically just bugs. Then once you get inside the carrier, you're supposed to run around in your walker mode, which this game debuts, around the carrier. And you just go around this map of the carrier, and once you get to the core of the carrier, you destroy the 4 little things, and that's really it. You fly away like you just destroyed the Death Star. For bases, there's usually a switch that gets you to the base of the planet. Then you would do it like the carrier, you would destroy the core. So, in this game, you don't have to just play as just Fox. You get to play as you get to play as all of the regular people from the first game. Slippy, Fox, Falco, Slippy, and Peppy. Yeah, and now they have 2 new characters, Mew and Faye. And 2 of the pilots, there are like 2 pilots, each in their own group. They have different kinds of R-Wings. And Fox and Falcos have a balanced type of R-Wing. Their R-Wing basically it's just balanced. It's not the fastest or slowest. It has the least nor highest amount of shield, and it has the least or nor highest amount of E-charge. E-charge is how much your blaster can charge. I think it makes it more powerful. Hold up, give me a second. I'm sorry, folks, but it was getting boiling hot in there. I was melting. Okay, so we got to Fox and Falco's type of R-Wing. Now we gotta do Peppies and Slippies. They're the slowest, but they have the highest amount of E-charge and the highest amount of speed. So they are basically kind of like a tank kind of enemy. Pilots. Now we have Mew and Faye. They have the least amount of shield and the least amount of E-charge, but they are the fastest. And each of these little groups of them have a type of special. Fox and Falco, they get the standard bomb. Slippy and Peppy, they get a health. They get a little health thing that would put their shield all the way up. I'll talk about shields in a bit. Mew and Faye, they have some weird S thing. I don't know what it is. So now we pick a pilot and a partner. The partners, my head was itchy, my bad. The partners don't really do stuff. They kind of just give you advice if you're in a pickle, and they can give you advice, and you can switch between the two characters if you're ever in trouble. Now I want to talk about the shield because it's pretty cool. So you get these little dots, orbs, whatever you want to call them, and the type of character you have gives you either a high amount, a low amount, or whatever the character has. So these dots start off with being blue, and then once you get hit, they go to yellow and then red. If it's red, it's not in use. It's better. It's kind of the same as a bar, but I like the orbs more. So I like it. It's cool. I think it's a cool idea because if it's just a bar, ooh, it's just a chunk out. But you get 2 little hits for each shield orb, and that's really it. So basically, your goal is to destroy carriers, destroy missiles, destroy destroy planetary bases. But the thing about carriers, if you don't destroy them in time, they can initiate planetary cannons, like Death Star kind of stuff. Like, you know that? It can do that. It can do that. So there's a lot of stuff I missed out on, but I think they're both very good games. I think you should try both of them if you ever have the opportunity. I missed out a lot, but I will try to get them. I need to make a separate video for Star Fox 64 because Sector X is absolutely killing my life right now. So that's really it. See you later. Bye-bye. So this is the first video that I will post in the year and in the decade. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all 36 of my subscribers who stayed with me throughout all of my procrastination, lack of effort in my content, lack of quality, lack of editing, lack of just everything. Thank you for putting up with my garbage, and if I don't know how you guys just stay with me after all this mess and junk that I just throw at you. thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for everything. I really want to try to do better. This will be a video that I spent a while on editing, and I just hope that after you finished watching this, this is a great video. Thank you. Goodbye.